The headlines: a call for trust in government stats to be restored. Teenager on murder charge granted bail. And Barbados' chances of staving off Davis Cup relegation have got brighter. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, October the 21st, 2015.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
Thanks for joining us. The level of public mistrust surrounding official statistics is worrying the authorities, and Finance Minister Chris Sinclair has called for a system that would return confidence to government data. Addressing a national statistical consultation, Mr. Sinclair challenged the Barbados Statistical Service to utilize a system that is accurate, transparent, and reliable. Mr. Sinclair said the inflation rate and unemployment statistics were prime examples where public perception does not correlate with official figures. Even the Central Bank and the Statistical Service have been at odds over some figures, a situation to which the IMF has drawn attention. Mr. Sinclair said meeting set schedules for the release of information was critical to building public integrity and ensuring that policymakers get information in a timely manner.
Our statistical system is moving to a stage where we are going to be enshrining, if not in law, certainly in practice, that there are going to be very specific dates for the release of information in the upgrade of the statistical department and statistical systems process. And therefore it means that it puts additional pressure not only on the financial but also on the technical and human resources of the department to be able to meet those schedules. But these are absolutely critical in terms of building first public integrity and confidence in the system, but also ensuring that policymakers like myself get information on a timely basis.
Addressing the consultation, Brenda Pope, a partner in the accounting firm KPMG, appealed to the private sector to support the statistical system.
Private sector bodies who are representing the umbrella bodies who are here, I exhort you, beg you, beseech you on behalf of the NSS and the BSS to encourage your members to respond and participate in the various national surveys undertaken by the institutions. As a group and as a nation, I would say we are, and it was alluded to earlier, we are very unwilling or delinquent in providing data on a consistent basis to the organizations charged with collection and analysis, hence the importance of the NSS, where, as the minister alluded, we will have maybe a little bit more teeth in some, legislation or something. That's really, really important.
Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson says the Drug Treatment Court is working so well that people are waiting to get into the program. The court diverts drug users away from prison and into supervised treatment programs. Speaking to a group of Law and Caribbean Studies students from Combermere School who toured the Supreme Magistrates Courts, Sir Marston said incarceration did not help drug offenders.
The only way that to keep people from drugs is to create in them the desire to be off drugs. And when they come here on Wednesdays and they are able to hear that their report was, you were clean for the last month, and it looks like you're improving. That in itself, plus a few other incentives that we put in, but those things are what tell our clients here that being off drugs is a good and sensible thing. It also has another very important effect. It is now reducing the size of the market, because that means that there are now 15 people who are not out there trying to buy a 5-bag, okay? And that's important. It's important for us.
The Barbados Association of Retired Persons has shelved plans for the establishment of a retirement community, but is hoping to one day open a daycare facility for the elderly. This was revealed by President Ed Bushell during the launch of a homeowners insurance plan for BARP members. He said that while the association wanted to create a community where members could look out for each other, the costs were too great at this time. Police have warned motorists to be careful in the area of the Pine North-South Road, especially at night, a security concern that has gained greater attention as a result of a crime notice by the U.S. Embassy. Roadworks are being done on the road near to its junction with Pine Hill, and police say one or more rascals are taking the opportunity to snatch items from vehicles when they pause to negotiate the repair work. Police urge motorists to be vigilant at all times and to keep their doors locked and windows up. They've also been advised to be vigilant and report suspicious activities to telephone number 211. The caution has prompted the U.S. Embassy to issue an alert to its citizens in the country to be careful in the area. A 16-year-old boy has been granted $150,000 bail on a charge of killing his teenage friend last month. Chowdhury Antonio Gobin of Long Gap, Spooners Hill, St. Michael, is accused of the murder of 18-year-old Shaquem Turton, who was struck with a rock. Bail was granted on strict conditions, including a night curfew and an order to attend a school or an institution of learning. He is set to return to the Criminal Court number 2 on November the 13th. Barbados has been reporting continued significant strides in both its long-stay and cruise arrivals. William Griffith, the head of the tourism body BTMI, has told an industry conference in Curaçao that long-stay visitors were up 14.5% year-on-year by the end of September. Cruise arrivals are set to increase by between 5 and 7%, largely driven by 16 inaugural visits. Mr. Griffith also revealed that this year marked the start of over $2 billion in proposed new hotel plant investment over the next 5 years that will produce some 2,300 rooms. In sport, West Indies captain Jason Holder is promising a fight back as the team come up against Sri Lanka in the second test, which starts early on Thursday morning Barbados time. The Windies lost the opening match last week, but Holder says they're ready to rebound.
The second test match is obviously a must-win game for us, to at least level the series. And the guys know the situation of the series, so it's all up to us just to come into this series, to this last test match, and just perform and get 20 wickets. That's the idea for us, to get 20 wickets, and the batsmen need to give us a chance to get 20 wickets. In the last game, we only had one opportunity with the ball, and we got 10 wickets. So hopefully we can put some runs on the board in the second test, and also get 20 wickets.
Holder said the presence of Sir Garfield Sobers, after whom the series is co-named, could be an inspiration for the team.
Well, I personally saw him yesterday, last night in the lobby. It was inspiring to see him travel this far just to come and watch the series. And I'm sure most of the guys know of his presence and know he's here. So hopefully we can go in this test match and win it for him.
Barbados' chances of staying in Group 1 of America's Zone Davis Cup tennis have improved greatly even before a serve is made. The relegation playoff against Uruguay is to be played at the National Tennis Center in Wilde next week. Reports from Uruguay say the South Americans have suffered a huge blow because Pablo Cuevas, the world number 38, has not been nominated for their team, apparently because of his own ATP Tour commitments. That will leave Barbados' number 1, Darian King, the highest ranked player in the tie by some considerable distance, and make the hosts the favourites. And finally, Subway has agreed to start measuring its 6-inch and foot-long sandwiches as part of a settlement agreement in a class action lawsuit. The settlement proposal, released on Monday, states the Connecticut-based chain has agreed to measure its sandwiches to ensure they measure up to the advertised 6-inch and 12-inch lengths, after a 2013 lawsuit accused the eatery's wares of falling short. The lawsuit was prompted 2 years ago by Australian Matt Corby's viral photo of a foot-long Subway sandwich next to a ruler showing it just barely stretched to reach 11 inches. And that's Nation News for Wednesday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.